Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sirisha. I'm joining from New Jersey. Omega Pyramid Dallas, PSSM Corporate, and Pyramid Valley International welcome you all to day 135 of Stillness Beat program, your daily dose of meditation and wisdom. So thank you, friends, for joining on this day. So as usual, let's start the session with meditation. So let's sit comfortably. So as you all know, the technique we are following here is Ana-Pana-Sati Meditation, breath meditation. The steps are simple. So sit in a very comfortable posture, clasp your fingers, cross your feet, close your eyes, and be with natural breath. So if you're wearing any spectacles, please remove them. We don't need during meditation. So sit comfortably wherever you are sitting. Be aware of your surroundings. Any noises, anything happening around you, just be aware. And slowly and very gently close your eyes. Let us scan our body from head to toe. Be very comfortable. Let's make our body very comfortable. See if there is any tension in your body, any muscles, tension, release, relax. Just scan your body quickly from head to toe. Any pain, just let it go. Just observe. Slowly and gently bring your focus to your breath. Natural flow of breath. In breath and out breath. There is no need to change the breath, just the natural way of breathing. Observe your breath the way it is. See when when you're breathing, just observe where your breath is. Starts from your tummy all the way down, comes up and goes from your nostril. Relax. Keep observing your breath. Relax your body and bring your focus to your breath. Thoughts will come and go. Let us not go with the thoughts. Let's observe the thoughts just like a passing cloud. Let us not judge the thoughts. Come back to your natural breath. Easy, soft, and gentle breath. Be with the breath, dear friends. Be with your breath, dear friends. Come back. Back to your breath. Last 15 minutes. Be with the breath. Beautiful, dear friends. We are very calm space. We are at the healing space. Slowly bring your attention to your heart space. Let us heal ourselves, our past. Mentally repeat after me. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Let us also make these agreements with our life. I will be impeccable with my words. I will not take anything personally. I will not make any assumptions. I will do my best at all the times. Be with your breath, dear friends, for next 3 minutes. Be in silence. Be with the breath. Last 1 minute. Now slowly bring your palms together and keep it on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently open your eyes. Take your time and come back to the present moment. Be aware of your body and surroundings. Slowly open your eyes, dear friends. Thank you. Thank you for meditating with me today. So we'll move on to the next part of the program, wisdom sharing. So I invite Prithvi to share today's wisdom. Good morning, Prithvi.
Good evening, Sirisha. Thank you so much. That was really very peaceful meditation. Thank you. And friends, thank you for meditating. And the final conclusion for this week, common sense, is most important because without common sense, I don't think so we will be able to call ourselves humans. So it is the highest priority for all of us, at least as meditators, to develop the common sense. And most of the times, the common sense keeps telling us we know that our mind needs to be empty, we need to be in the present moment, yet we don't follow it. Yet we fail, yet we fall back to the conditioning of thinking and being crowded with thoughts. Patriji says, like the power that you get, maybe the power like the intuition, the telepathy, being sensitive about the energies, and able to make decisions according to the intuitions that you have and not go by the beliefs and conditionings. All these powers will be available to us only if we are quiet within. Without that silence, without that emptiness within, the power is not at all available to us. So, as humans, the potential that we have, if we have to become available to that potential and make it a powerful aspect of our being, we have to prioritize being in silence, not just speaking, but with the thoughts. And always be very aware of how many thoughts are running every moment. So, the utmost common sense that we need to develop is to watch ourselves, how much we are addicted to thinking, and how we can get into the emptiness of the mind and become available to the powers which are very natural to humans. There is no other being or species on this planet which can have that abilities. So, as humans, if we are having those abilities to telepathically convey or send messages to somebody else, to intuitively feel what somebody else is feeling, to sense the aura of the room, to make decisions by having a futuristic vision, all these abilities, if we have to make it ours, then we have to prioritize being in silence and emptying the mind. That is the most common sense that we need to live with. And also, throughout the week, I have been telling that uh, we have lost common sense because we are blindly believing certain things. But there is another agreement which Don Miguel Ruiz talks about, the fifth agreement. We have discussed about four agreements in the past weeks as theme, but fifth agreement is most important, where we actually apply the common sense. So today, let's see what that is and what is the importance of that fifth agreement. One second. Let me share my screen. Right. So I already told that modern society is pushing us to accumulate more, scroll more, consume more, while the traditions, the wisdom from the ancient traditions have been telling us to empty the mind and create more space, which will give us more clarity, stillness, and true perception. You can see things as they are, and you can understand the truth only in silence. That is why inner stillness, inner silence is the most important thing that we need to develop. And the problem with constant thinking is it's easy to manipulate us. The the power one has, like if you are a silent person from within, if you are quiet, the power that you have is you will not be able to be manipulated. That is the danger of the society. Society wants to manipulate with hundreds of things. But if you are silent, if you are empty, you will have clear perception about what's happening, and you will not be able to be manipulated. So none of the opinions, fears, and comparisons will affect you if you are not in the constant thinking mode. So the real meaning of empty mind is not being blank-minded. It is to be free from noise. And by being free from noise, you will be available to natural intelligence, natural intuition. It perceives reality directly without the filters of constant mental chatter and interpretations. Human mind has a tendency to give meaning to everything that we see, not just what society is saying, even about our own thoughts. We keep attaching it with some kind of interpretation, some kind of meaning, and we start believing it because mind wants to create stories and control you. So you have to be aware of this tactics of the mind and take the control over the mind using silence. So even Osho says truth enters only an empty mind. If you want to perceive and live in truth, you have to practice having an empty mind. When the mind is silent, the intuition awakens, the perception will sharpen, and the awareness will deepen. So the ancient masters have spoken about this very deeply. So we need to develop the intuition, telepathy, deep listening, and energetic awareness by prioritizing and practicing to empty the mind every moment, being in the present moment and not going by the past or the future, and not getting attached with the mental noise. Yeah, we have already spoken about it. So the fifth agreement that I want to talk about today is, this is very, very important agreement, friends. This one statement can give you clear perception about the reality, which is be skeptical, but learn to listen. There are two statements, like be skeptical means don't blindly believe everything that you see, or even your own thoughts. Don't believe it. But learn to listen means don't even blindly reject. So you're supposed to believe, nor you're supposed to disbelieve. When I'm saying don't believe what the society is telling about you, that doesn't mean you have to reject it also. You have to be neutral. The profound wisdom defines that the ability to question what you hear while remaining open enough to truly listen and perceive truth. So it doesn't, be skeptical means question everything. Even if it is coming from the most trusted person, you need to question. And question the society, question your own thoughts. Not just the negative thoughts, even the positive thoughts you need to question. But you need to be curious and you have to be compassionate. When I say question or don't believe, that doesn't mean you need to be arrogant, you need to be rigid. You have to be curious and compassionate. So learn to listen. What does it mean? You have to deeply listen. Deep listening is nothing but bringing your presence to that moment. If you just sit and listen to a person without forming opinions, without wanting to give any kind of suggestions or wanting to reply to what they are saying, just be there and listen to every word they are speaking and resonate with their feelings. You just don't know how healing that moment will be, because you are totally present and you bring the other person to the present moment. It becomes such a healing moment to both of the people who are involved in the conversation. So, deep listening, deep silence is very, very healing, and truly hear. Don't hear to reply back, give your suggestions. Um, Everybody knows you are intelligent enough. Everybody knows you have the solution to every problem. You don't have to prove your worth by speaking more and giving suggestions and solutions. But listen, be a good listener and listen, not to react immediately or interpret what you're listening to. So, the deep meaning of the fifth agreement is to first explore what are the inherited beliefs and reflections by being skeptical. Whatever you have been believing or whatever you are listening, be skeptical about it. Question everything, but still be compassionate, to listen deeply. Reflect every question that you have inherited as agreements. So when you have to, by how you connect this to common sense is, common sense means not just rejecting what you have believed. It is about being compassionate and being neutral, being open to see things as they are, which will increase the awareness, which will sharpen your intuition, and it will simplify your life. So the more common sense you develop in your life, by not believing or not disbelieving, by being a curious being on this planet, you will simplify life. You will not be rigid. You will not be, what do you say, arrogant, or you will not sound as if you're having an attitude by not believing the dogmas that are there in the society. So life becomes lighter when we stop overcomplicating everything. So, with this understanding, friends, let's make this agreement to develop more common sense and to empty the mind as much as possible and be skeptical and also listen deeply. Your listening will bring your presence into the moment. So let your presence heal you and others, and let that silence, the inner silence, become very powerful, where you will become available to intuitions and powers of the humans, which are very special, which is not available to any other beings on this planet. So the final conclusion of common sense is nothing but, first day I told, common sense is to be in alignment with present moment. And then I told common sense is to see things, is the ability to see things without getting influenced by that Brahmin and the goat example. Don't get influenced by the society or by your own thoughts, and don't fall for the trap of doubt and fear. Trust your own self experiences. Direct experiences is the only wisdom. That is what we explored. And then we saw what are the tiny, silly habits that we have, which doesn't make sense. And today we actually get into the actual common sense where we say that we know that we need to be in silence and empty the mind so that we live with utmost awareness by not believing or disbelieving anything, but by being a curious experimenter who is willing to experience every kind of experience on this planet which is available to humans. So, with this understanding, friends, let us all intend for the day. So, I request all of you to close your eyes. Let's intend for the day. Today, let me choose inner silence. The silence which allows me to perceive reality as it is. The silence which allows me to live in truth. Let me choose the inner silence, which makes me more intuitive. Let me choose to be living with common sense by being skeptical and by listening deeply without forming judgments. Let me listen, not to believe nor to disbelieve. Let me be a curious experimenter every moment. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Over to you, Suresh.
Thank you, Prithvi, for that wonderful wisdom throughout the week. Common sense. Thank you so much. So, friends, so we'll wrap up the session here, and thank you all of you for joining today. And tomorrow being Saturday, please join us for Math Saturday. So, making a difference. So, we'll see you all tomorrow in Math Saturday at the same time. So, until then, have a great day, dear friends. Thank you. Bye bye. Namaste.